Cheating partners of Redditors. Story 1. Does this count as cheating? I, 33 male, and my wife, 37 female, have been married for 4 years, have a 5-year-old son, and have been together for 8 years. She recently reconnected with an old male friend the same age as me, who she has given compliments to based on looks and personality. They met up for a friend date this week, which she referred to as the best thing she's had in a while. She then proceeded to beg him to come to a work party the following day, and spent hours out with him in her car after this. I saw messages between them which were talking about how good she is at oral, HIW she dominates in the bedroom, and how close they seem to be as friends already. She was joking that his use of long words was a turn-on, and she spent hours into the early morning talking to him. When I went into the bedroom to confront her, as I was in my son's room during all this, and she pretended she had just woken, she deleted the conversation, and I shared I was not happy. We were meant to have our date after theirs, but I was basically made to hang out with them after making a ton of effort to look good for her. Then she was out longer than planned, and seemed dismissive of our time. She doesn't think what she did was wrong, but if I was seeing my colleague, and talking to them about how good I am at oral and the like, I'd expect to be accused of cheating emotionally. They may not have cheated physically from what I can tell, but this suggests to me that something is there. TLDR, is this cheating? Should I separate from her? Story 2. I just want to tell my story. So, I met my boyfriend while he was incarcerated in 2021. I signed up for a pen pal website, not looking for a relationship but just someone to talk to. He's from California, and was incarcerated in Nevada. He was in prison for stealing. He had a drug addiction problem, and stealing was his way to get money. He stole from my rich aunt, that's how he got caught, and he did almost 6 years. So we started talking, and we became good friends, and then we decided to be together officially. I helped him when he needed it. His family loves me because I was clean and not into drugs. His family has a drug problem, his mom and grandma. His only family member that's clean is his sister. She's a college student. So we had our ups and downs. Never cheated on him, even though I could have. There was trust, and then his cellmate started drama with us, saying I was trying to get at him. We got into a fight, and he talked behind my back to him, and it got back to me. He said I could get better bitches than her. So when his cellmate's girlfriend told me that, I broke up with him. He apologized. He got released in September 2023, went home to visit his family, and that's when he started using again. I didn't know he was until he came to live with me in October. I noticed he was high, and I wanted to break it off but I couldn't. We had arguments here and there. He got clean for 2 months. But then he told me he wanted to visit his family again, because he missed them, and he had spent 6 years away from them. He was going to come back in 2 weeks. He went back to Cali and stayed with my family for a max of 5 days, and went to Arizona to stay with his friends who are drug addicts and started using. He barely spoke to me, and would go with no contact with me for almost a month, then pick a fight and block me, then be nice and fight. I was done being ignored, so I broke up with him, and that's when he came clean saying he was using. When he uses, he cheats. So for almost a month, he was staying in a motel with a girl. I walked away and dumped him. He reached out saying he needed help. I told him no, and he started saying that if something bad happened to him, it would be because I didn't try to help. I had an ex-boyfriend who committed suicide, and he reached out, but I didn't want to be involved with him anymore because he was toxic. So he used that against me, so I offered to help him, but only if he came back here. He's moving back here, but I'm not his girlfriend. He thinks we're together. I don't take cheaters back. I want to get revenge for what he's doing to me. Should I do it? I need help on what to do. Story 3. Cheating from the other perspective. When I was about 20, I was spending quite a bit of quality time with a girl who had a boyfriend. It was really strange, to be honest. She really liked me, and went out of her way to keep me hidden and spend time with me. She even made me come to her birthday party and meet all her family, and here's the weird part, with her boyfriend there too. At the time I was kind of a piece of work, to be honest. I remember not even getting her a present, but she said she was just happy that I was there, and treated me like royalty. I remember sitting there, just wondering what on earth I had gotten myself into, as I watched how her boyfriend tried so hard to spoil her. I felt so out of place. I hadn't met any of these people before, except for her. It was such a bizarre experience. Her boyfriend seemed like such a nice, kind-hearted guy. He really went above and beyond for her, and I felt awful for him. It really affected me in some strange way. I remember just driving home in silence, at war with myself, which wasn't common for me at 20 years old. I had no problem with it, and really enjoyed it until I saw the guy it was affecting. It really hit me hard. It still blows my mind 10 years later. Seriously, why on earth would she invite me and introduce me to them? Story 4. Am I in the wrong for telling my best friend about my cousin cheating on him? Again? For context, my cousin and best friend were together for a few years, until she had a miscarriage, then went on holiday and cheated on him, and then did the same on another holiday. She told me around New Year's that she was seeing another guy behind my friend's back, as they were trying out their relationship again. I didn't tell him until I saw him the other day, at which point I couldn't not tell him. I would have felt like a terrible friend if I hadn't, even if she is family. When I told him, he was obviously upset and annoyed, and felt like a fool for trying again with her. Now she is annoyed at me for telling him, but she's been in the same situation too with her brother and his ex-girlfriend, but fails to see it. She makes everything about herself, and when something doesn't go her way she says, "I'm going to kill myself," every single time. I'm fed up with her excuses, honestly. She knows what she did is wrong, but is now saying that it's all been a lie that she made up and still loves my friend. Any perspectives would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and letting me share some Reddit stories.